Hey folks, welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So I am making some silicone inlays.
Ooh.
I know. It's very exciting.
It is.
So I got these. These are, I want to say, they're not leather. They're like
faux leather.
They're faux leather, so fake. But they've got a really pretty pattern on. They've got butterflies and dragons. And when I saw them on Temu, it reminded me of I saw a video on Toompish months and months and months and months ago, and she did something very similar. And I thought that pattern would be perfect for this, for those
things, for those
faux leather things.
Yes.
Yes. So the first thing I did was I dug out the chopping board that is not a chopping board. I want to make that very clear. It is. It
was supposed to be.
It was.
I don't think I think we've maybe used it once as an actual chopping board.
Well, no. That's not true. That's not true. Let's be honest about this. So when I met Kirk, that was his chopping board.
Oh, yeah.
And let's be honest, it's hideous. I absolutely hate it.
It served a purpose.
So at the first opportunity, that was relegated to a cupboard in the deep, dark recesses of a kitchen. And then when we started doing all this sort of stuff, I thought, oh, it's perfect for this. I'll dig it out. And
I knew that when I got it. I don't actually remember. I genuinely forgot that I'd had that. You had not
met me when you got this.
No, I know. I genuinely forgot that was in my place.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And I did not like it then. I still don't like it, which is why I cover it with silicone and glue
and everything else just to try and destroy it.
Yeah. So I've put some yellow transfer tape down to stick the piece
faux,
to the faux leather piece to.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit too long, so I just chop that bit off. I don't need that bit.
Couldn't you have just like measured it?
I could have.
And then like put the tape down to fit the actual size of it?
No, because the actual faux leather piece is longer than the chopping board.
Okay.
So, listen, I'm doing it this way. Okay?
Okay.
I'll be having none of that from you.
None of what?
None of that. This is a very technical process. So, I then take my glue gun, which is, it's not a fancy glue gun. It is just a £5 glue gun from Hobbycraft.
Yeah. It takes forever to heat up.
Yeah. Well, that's not, well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yes, it does take a little while to heat up. And it does.
And they're not the big, thick glue sticks. They're the really thin ones, and it goes through them like nobody's business.
Yeah. And to be fair, this is one of those things that I start doing it and I'm very enthusiastic. And then I get about halfway round and my hands start really hurting. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And it's hard to sort of keep your eye on the prize. But
So you need a glue gun that's like a mechanical glue gun then, or different?
No, what I need is a minion that comes in and does it for me. And then I just come along and do the glory bit.
Do the glory shots.
Yeah. Can I have that? Can I have that?
Yeah.
But no. Whilst I was mixing up some silicone, I thought, oh, I've got some they're wax stamps.
That
I got specifically for
stamping
making
wax?
No, I got them specifically for making little inlays for jewellery. And I thought, as I'm mixing up some silicone, and I knew I didn't have a great deal left, I thought I might as well.
Two birds,
one stone.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I make the inlays on the wax stamps, but I'm not going to be using them in this video. That is going to come at some point in the future.
When you find them.
No, I know. Will you stop it? I know exactly where they are. Thank you. It's just eyes I have trouble with.
Yeah, and tape.
Eyes and tape, yeah. So I'm using Nick Pro silicone, and I've got to be honest, I quite like it. It's good stuff.
I don't think I've actually done anything with silicone.
You have. When we very first started doing resin, you got some silicone and you decided to do an inlay, and you did it, and 8 days later it still hadn't cured. And I finally said to you, if I'm honest, I don't think that's going to cure. You need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you rage quit doing silicone and have not done any since.
Yeah, but you tried it as well and it did the same. So I think it was whatever that's...
No. I tried it and it worked just fine because I used a different silicone. And I was very smug. And I still am. Suits me.
Oh, no, I tell a lie. I did do something else because I 3D printed that Stormtrooper head.
Oh, yeah, you did. And it was very successful, but it wasn't an inlay, and I'm doing inlays.
Okay.
They are different.
Okay. So what are you doing now?
So I don't like clear inlays. I like them to be colour-coded.
So you can see them?
No, one, so I can see them, and two, I like them to be colour-coded depending on what they are for.
Okay.
There is a system in place. And we must...
So purple is for inlays?
Yes.
And the yellow is for a mould?
No.
The last mould you did was yellow.
Yes, I know, but that's not what it meant.
What did it mean then?
I will explain it later.
Okay, I'll look forward to that.
Again. Do you know what? Has it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe... I'm going to throw this out there and see if the cat licks it up.
No.
That if you listened to me at all times, you would know these things.
I told you I do listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't retain the information.
Well,
like seconds after. Like
I know,
Dory.
you're like a goldfish. Right. So I'm putting some silicone. I'm pouring it very, very slowly. And
those are tiny.
They are tiny, but if you pour it slowly, it doesn't, well, to be fair, it did tip over a little bit, but that's because my table wasn't level at this point.
But you don't need a massive amount, so you don't need a big coverage.
No, so for the whole lot, I only made 70 mils. So 35 of A and 35 of B. And at this point, you look at it and you think, she ain't done enough. That's nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
But what you will see is once I've scraped the living daylights out of that cup and got every drip, I spread the silicone around, and there is more than enough. And in fact, I felt this one was possibly a bit thicker than I would have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Possibly, but all I want is a nice level, even coverage of that imprint.
Yeah.
Because it is a really pretty little pattern on there. I don't think much of the colour of it, as in the colour of the faux leather.
Yeah.
But I do like the pattern.
The pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a cool pattern. I'll give you that.
So,
and the other ones you've got, they're the same pattern, just different colours?
Yeah, they're all the same pattern. It's just different colours.
Yeah.
It only came in a pack of 6 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But I thought that's fine, because once you've done a couple of inlays on it, you might need to replace it or use a new one anyway. So
okay.
I wasn't overly concerned about having multiple of the same thing.
Yeah.
And that wax seal there had tipped over the edge, so I just topped it up with the very last bits of scrapings of the cut, because need to
make sure you get every single drop.
Absolutely. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, this stuff is expensive, so I want to make sure I've got every smidgen of out of that cut.
No, yeah.
So, and then it's just a case of waiting for it. Now, it takes about 12 hours for it to fully set, but I left it good day. Because
just to make sure.
Well, no, I just got caught up doing other things.
Oh, okay.
So this was the first opportunity that I could get back to it.
Yeah.
So all I did was I took the whole leather piece off of the transfer tape, and it comes off lovely. And then the easiest way that I have found to do it is to just gently prise back the one corner and then just peel it off. Just peel it off as if you're removing vinyl from a decal.
Or shedding skin.
Or, okay. I wasn't going to go there with that, but okay. I'm going to leave that one there. And you can see, you can't really see it on the camera. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
You can sort of.
Yeah, you can. You can see it there.
That was the back.
Yeah. So the back is a nice flat side.
Yeah. I can see that it is quite thick there.
It is thicker than I normally do for inlays, but I quite liked it. It's good enough. I like it.
Yeah.
I was happy. I wasn't unhappy.
Well,
and then I really don't think you get you can just about see the inlay.
Yeah.
But I thought they would look really nice in a square bezel.
Okay. So for like a necklace or something.
Yeah. So that's or necklace or key ring
or a hair clip or something.
Necklace, key ring, hair clip, or bag charm. Now, this is how I store my inlays. So you've got the A4. If you've got inlays that are bigger than A4, I can't help you. But if they're A4 size or smaller, I've got some of what they call the plastic poly pockets. And I just cut them down the side and the bottom, and you get like this foldable pack to put them in.
They go in the binders, don't they?
And then they can go in binders. Yeah, absolutely. And they don't fall out because the silicone sticks to the plastic. And it's just really, really, I find that a really good way to store it.
Top tip.
It is a top tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's because I've spent ages trying to store them all sorts of different ways. Yeah. And that's the one that works for me. So I wanted to do a tray. And I wanted to do it out of AquaCast. Now, anyone who's been here for any length of time knows that AquaCast is my eco resin of choice. There's a discount code in the description. So if you want some, go check it out.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful eco resin. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So I've made up, if I remember rightly, I put 300 grams of powder in. And that I mixed with 105 of water. But before I put the water into the powder, I wanted the first tray to be purple. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I have found is that with pigments, if you mix the pigment colour into the water and mix it, you get a nice, even dispersion of the pigment colour.
Yeah. So
that when you add it into the powder, you get an even distribution of that pigment. And you don't get streaks.
It's just full of top tips, this one.
I know.
What's going on? We're actually being informative and semi-professional.
Steady on. Steady on.
I did say semi.
So, I don't know. But no, this I really enjoyed making this project. Sung to me.
Did it now?
It did.
And what did it sing?
I'm not singing it because you are tricksy. Anyway, I mixed in the pigment with the water, and then I've popped it into the big bowl, and I have given it a good old whisk with my trusty whisk.
The whisk that you stole from the borrowers.
There is nothing. Don't diss the whisk. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't diss the whisk.
And then I give it I use a stick just to make sure that there's no bits of unmixed powder or any lumps and bumps and things like that.
Yeah.
And then it's just a case of pouring it into the mould.
That is quite thick.
Now, one thing with AquaCast is, well, it is. If you mix it perfectly, it is that consistency.
Okay.
But you can add a little bit more water if you want to, or you can even make it thicker if you want to.
Okay.
I like it, that consistency. It makes me happy.
Well, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, exactly.
Yeah.
So at this point, I gave it a little shake and a shimmy. And the thing is, you can use a vibration plate, but I don't have one. And I actually, if I'm honest, I actually quite like the shimmy and the tippy and the tappy.
You like whacking it? I
do. It gives me. What I do is I pretend that Kirk's in it, and then I just tap it. Tap, 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 tap. Don't look at me like that.
Just what? Like tap, tap, tap?
Yeah. Tap, tap, tap. No, I actually, because what I do is I have a video on and I'm usually watching the video, tapping away, watching the video quite happily.
Just
minding my business, being a happy bunny. So, yeah, I do tap for quite a while, but I don't like holes in my stuff. So, yeah.
So the process of you doing that,
what that
makes
does,
the bubbles.
Yeah, it encourages the air. It encourages it to degas, because AquaCast eco resins on the whole are not self-leveling. They are you have to tap them to level them.
Yep.
And then once it was dried, it was just a case of peeling off the inlay. There was a little bit of a lip, but that's not. I wasn't worried about that because. Was
that because it was quite thick?
No, it was just because it wasn't the exact measurement of the tray.
Right. Okay.
I was a smidgen short in one bit, but I wasn't worried because I can fix that in post.
In post,
I can fix that in just a little bit of sanding, and that sorted it out. And so for this one, I wanted to do a second one because one of the things that I love about AquaCast, and I don't know if any of the other eco resins have this ability, but you can actually Mica. It actually picks up mica from the mould onto the AquaCast. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love about it.
Yeah.
So I took my
your now clean mould.
My now clean mould.
Cleanish mould.
No, it is clean. I took my mould and I took my inlay and I thought, I'm going to put some mica on this and just see what happens. So this is just me making the butterflies and the flowers and the dragonfly look pretty.
Now this is sped up quite a bit.
Oh, I spent ages doing this.
I know, yeah.
I didn't half enjoy it.
So you never used to like.
I know. I don't know what's happened. I honestly, I don't know what's happened to me because I've been making pink things. I'm enjoying mica and things. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a change. This could be my midlife crisis.
It's not really a crisis though, is it?
Well, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not being funny, but what colour am I using right now? Pink.
And
hello.
No, green.
Well, right now it's green, but when I said that, it was actually pink. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But it's very distressing.
Is it though?
Well, a little bit.
I mean, it's a nice.
But no,
pink.
I do actually quite enjoy.
I think
doing it.
You spent ages doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing like you're doing there, like every single blade of grass you coloured in.
Yeah.
And I think you did an awesome job of actually just colouring it in.
Well, yes.
yes, I did actually. Yeah, thank you very much.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I did. I was very pleased with myself. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to go, oh, I'm going to be all humble. No, I actually think I did a really amazing job.
Yes.
End of. I'm going to blow my own To be fair, when I do something and it's complete and utter pants, I go, that is complete and utter pants. So it's not like I'm just, I'm amazing. I just think that this particular project I did really well in. But spoilers, they don't know that.
What?
You haven't told them. They haven't seen it yet.
What?
They're on the edge of their... People watching this are on the edge of their seats right now, not knowing if this is going to come out good or bad, and we've just totally given it away.
Well, we haven't.
Well, we have.
Because all we said is that your micring was awesome.
Fair point. Right, we can continue now. Whilst I am Mica-ing though, can I just take this opportunity to say thank you so much to all of our members, our subscribers, to people who watch and like our content.
Yeah.
Anyone who sent us a super thanks.
Yeah.
It's all, honestly, we are so humbled and appreciative of each and every single one of you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I'm impressed that Kirk did that without sounding creepy.
I can do it again if you like.
Go on.
Thank you very much.
I thought you were going to do it again without sounding creepy.
You said I didn't sound creepy the first time.
You didn't sound creepy, and I didn't think you could do it again without sounding creepy. I was right.
No, I was going for creepy. Well, no, I wasn't going for creepy.
So can I just... No.
I was going for seductive.
You all heard that. You all heard that. He did it creepy. Do you see what happened there? I think we can all agree that in this case, I was right.
I'm not going to admit that. Especially not when it's being recorded.
I'm just saying, you admitted that you were being creepy.
I don't think it was an admission.
I think it totally was.
No.
Anyway, for this tray, I mixed up another 300 grams of powder. I did it exactly the same as I made the last one. Only difference is I added some blue pigment.
That's a nice blue.
It's the pigments that I'm using are from Homeware Design, which you can get on Etsy, and that is vivid blue because I like vivid colours. And vivid in any eco resin is quite the challenge. So
yeah.
This is about 2 hours later because I got caught up doing something else, and there we go. So if you put your finger on it,
yeah,
you can smudge it. If you really, really rub it quite hard,
yeah,
you can smudge it, but it is stuck to the tray. Now, what I like to do is you have to let eco resins fully dry out, because when you demold them, they are not cured. They are just ready to demold. Because it's a water-based product, you have to let all of the water evaporate out of the piece. And at that point, it's cured enough for you to seal.
How long does that take?
So I usually leave it a couple of days.
Okay.
I think officially it's like 24 hours or so, depending on the temperature of your room, I guess. But I just habitually leave everything for 2 days.
For a couple of days, yeah.
Because when I seal everything. Some people will seal, but they'll leave the bottom unsealed.
Okay, yeah.
For me, that doesn't work for me, because then it means I have to go back 2 days later and seal the bottom. I'd rather just get all of my sealing stuff out at the same time.
And do the lot.
I tend to batch it. So if I make AquaCast, I'll do a lot of AquaCast in one day. And then it's all piled over there in the corner to dry.
Yeah, we've got loads of like cake racks or drying racks.
They're actually shoe racks from IKEA.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a shoe rack. One of them's when we moved into our house, we had it was like a grill thing, and I've never used it. And then I went down there last year and I was like, we've never used this. It's taking up space. I'm going to take it to the craft room.
Yes.
The other thing I would say, with another top tip coming here, I don't use the deburring tool on resin at all. I only use it on on AquaCast, because you get that nice, just gives you that nice sort of
nice rounded edge.
Yeah. And I really like it. So all I've done there is that's where I've sanded like the inner part of it, just to get rid of that lip. And I'm just
tidying it up.
Just tidying that bit of lip up to make sure that it's all gone and it's not, as it should be. And then it was off to the glamour shots.
Yeah.
So there you are.
No, I think that's really cool.
I was really pleased with it. One thing I didn't say is I did seal them. I sealed this tray, the blue tray, the mica tray, with Hydroflow sealer, which is the waterproof sealer from Elichem.
Yeah.
And the other tray I actually just did with
the citrus one you've got on.
Clark's stone and concrete wax.
Okay.
Which I just love the smell of.
Yeah, it's a nice smell.
It's makes me sing. and yeah, that was it. So if you're still with us at this point, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
I hope this has been interesting to you. And if it has, and you've enjoyed our creative bit of chaos, please do leave us a like.
And while you're down there, if you think we've earned it, give the subscribe a little tickle.
And if you already have...
Thank you very much. In my seductive voice.
In your seductive voice, which we have all now agreed is creepy.
Yeah. Now, I think you did an awesome job there, because you've literally made that... I'm making that inlay and that. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're really good. I think you did a good job there. Well done, you.
Well, thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
And on that note, hopefully we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Have a great couple of days, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye for now.